Nothing could have prepared me for how confusing fat loss would actually be. Not physically, but mentally. Because nobody actually explained the stages that your body actually goes through before you see real changes. So girl, we're gonna talk about this today. We're talking about 5 physiological stages of fat loss that absolutely nobody explains, especially for women. I'm talking about what your body actually goes through, real shifts, the real stages your metabolism, your hormones, water balance, fat cells, and muscle tissue move through when you're actually trying to change your body. And once I learned of these stages, everything started to make a little bit more sense. My progress stopped feeling absolutely random, and for the first time ever, I just felt in control of my fat loss journey. Alright, so let's get into stage 1. This is the water and glycogen drop. Okay babe, I need to be honest. This is the stage I fooled me every time I started a new plan. You know the moment when you start eating a little bit cleaner, you start being a little bit more intentional, and the scale drops like 3 pounds? You're excited, you're hyped, and you're like, finally, yes, I'm actually doing something right. But in reality, that's just glycogen and water shifting. So let me go ahead and break this down in a way I wish somebody actually did for me years ago. Your body stores carbs as glycogen in your muscles and your liver, and every gram of glycogen holds about 3 to 4 grams of water. So when you're eating more protein, you're drinking more water, you're cutting out that takeout, or even stopping that late night binge snacking, your body releases some of that water super fast. And you're not doing anything wrong, and your body is definitely not broken. You're not losing fat quickly. You're just shifting water, and that's completely normal. But the thing is, we hold onto water like crazy. Think your stress, your sleep, your PMS, digestion, sodium, all of it makes us blow up like a balloon one day and be super lean the next day. And that's why so many women get so discouraged so quickly. They think water gain means they're actually failing, and they think the water drop means that are actually losing fat. But no, it's just your body doing that water fluctuation thing that it does. But this stage matters because it sets the tone for what comes next. And before we move on to stage 2, and if you're actually getting value from this video, then go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so that you never miss one of these deep dive videos. Alright, stage 2. And this is where the real mental battle actually begins. Stage 2, metabolic adaptation. Now girl, let me tell you a story. There was a time in my journey where I actually thought my metabolism was completely broken. I thought I was doing everything right. I was eating better, I was working out, I was being super consistent, and suddenly nothing was happening. The scale practically froze, and I thought, why do I always get stuck like this? Literally, what is wrong with me? I was just entering that metabolic adaptation phase, and this is when your body is beginning to adjust to eating less. It's not shutting down, it's not damage, it's just simply recalibrating. Your hunger hormones are going to begin to shift. Your energy is going to start to become a little bit more efficient. Your body is starting to become smarter because of it, and it wants to keep you safe. And this stage hits women a little bit harder, simply because our bodies are designed for survival and reproduction. So when our energy drops, our system becomes a little bit more protective. And this is why so many women just quit. But girl, this isn't a sign that you should simply quit. Alright, so let's get into stage 3, fat oxidation. This is the stage where you're going to finally see some results. The kind that shows up in your waistline, your back, your arms, and even your face. And the wild part, sometimes the scale might still not move. And it's not because you're not losing fat, but because of water retention, changes in your muscle mass, digestion shifts, all kinds of stuff that actually masks fat loss on the scale. But your body is finally tapping into those fat stores consistently. Your energy might feel a little bit more stable. Your clothes are going to start fitting differently. Your waist is going to start tightening. Your cravings might even calm down. And this is when everything you're doing is actually starting to pay off. But there's a little bit of a twist. Most women enter stage 3 and don't even realize it because the scale is not giving them the reassurance that they actually want. And this is why I emphasize progress pictures matter so much. This is why measurements matter so much. And this is why the way your clothes fit matters so much. Your body is doing exactly what you want it to do. You just have to trust the process long enough to actually let it show. Alright, let's get into stage 4, the part where your actual body is starting to change shape. Let's get into the recomposition stage. And girl, oh my god, this stage gave me a whiplash. Because yes, your body can actually actually be losing fat and building or maintaining muscle at the same time. And your body can look dramatically different even if the scale hasn't changed that much. And this is especially true if you're doing strength training or if you're just eating more protein and you're working out consistently. You'll start noticing your waist is way more defined. Your shoulders are starting to look a little bit tighter. Your arms are way more sculpted. Your stomach feels firmer. Your jeans feel so much better. But the scale might actually say, yo, we're staying the same. And this is the moment I was so frustrated. I was absolutely sure nothing was changing until I actually put my before and after pictures side by side and saw the actual truth. Recomposition is completely real, and it's the reason you can actually look 10 pounds smaller without even losing 10 pounds on the scale. And then we enter the last stage, the stage that can make or break everything. Stage 5, maintenance, the stage that actually keeps the results that you've been working for. Okay, so I might say something that actually might shock you. Maintaining your results feels so much more challenging because the emotional reward disappears. There's no more quote-unquote progress. Your routine completely has to change, and the discipline needs to continue without seeing the excitement of the scale drop. And it's not because it's miserable or restrictive, but because this is going to require a lifelong shift in your behavior, your identity, a shift in your lifestyle permanently. And when I actually reached my goal, I actually thought, great, this is wonderful. I can actually relax. No, that is often how people just simply regain the weight back. Maintenance is never just the finish line. It's the lifestyle that protects your results. And this is the stage where your hormones settle in, your energy becomes stable, your metabolism rebounds, and your body starts to learn its new normal. Maintenance is where your results lock in, and it's where your body actually becomes the version that you've been working so hard to achieve. Maintenance means not going back to your old habits. It's about supporting your new body with enough food, enough strength training, enough rest, enough hydration, and enough boundaries. This is the phase where you can actually start to begin to enjoy the body that you built, but you have to keep giving it the fuel and the structure that actually helped you get there. Most women never reach this stage because they keep bouncing between dieting and quitting. But once you actually learn how to maintain your results are going to become inevitable. And girl, those are 5 physiological stages that your body goes through during fat loss. So once you begin to understand some of these stages, your progress stops feeling random and your emotions stop controlling the entire journey. And fat loss finally becomes so much more predictable, so much more doable, and actually kind of enjoyable. So if this video helped you even a little bit, make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe so that you never miss another deep dive breakdown like this one. And I'll see you in the next video.